Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf, and I'm here with JessLee.
Hey y'all, how are you?
So you have gotten some pretty amazing things going on in your career, but I want to start with when you started singing country music. You were 3 years old, I read, and you just knew what you wanted to do. So tell me about that.
Well, basically, it wasn't necessarily country. We had a lot of country blaring through the house, and I grew up in Loxahatchee, Florida, which is a very rural part of Florida. So I definitely grew up on country, but I'm very eclectic with my music. I love all different types of genres, and I can appreciate multiple genres for different reasons. And I started pretty much singing in general at age 3. And my mom always said it was like the first time she really knew that I loved singing was when she walked in to the bedroom one day, and I'm sitting there watching The Lion King, and I have my little stuffed Simba in my hand, and I'm singing the Pride Rock song, holding him up in the air.
That's awesome.
And and she said ever since then she just knew I was going to be like some sort of performer. And over time, just growing up, I really started to favor country music. And it is my favorite out of the genres, but I especially started liking to sing it and wanting to start performing, and I just chose that genre in the long run because writing, style of writing is just like what I like to do. It's very nostalgic, more of a story based, and the style of writing that I do is usually very lyrical, and it does have some cool choral production as well, but lyrically, I like to write stories. That's what pretty much my whole album is about. And when you go back to real, original country music, there's always some sort of story behind it. So
right.
That's kind of the reason why I favor it. I do love all music, but for me to sing and performance-wise, I just really love country music. So.
That's great. It's my favorite genre too, but I'm definitely, I listen to everything, but country is my favorite as well. And for the same reason,
Absolutely.
I love the stories that are behind it. Even videos, back with Travis Tritt, I remember he would do videos, and then the next song would relate to the prior one, and it was really cool. I love watching stuff like that, so that's great.
I know, and I agree with you. Country music, I swear, they have the best music videos. Oh
We do.
Tattoos in this Town made me cry. I mean, there's some that I can go back and I can, I watch them. I'm just that's what I like to see, little 3-minute movies.
Right, exactly. Now, so you have a new EP, and it's called Just a Kiss.
Yes, ma'am.
So now you say that you're a songwriter too. So you wrote this song, correct?
The EP is, which if anybody doesn't know, it means extended play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a short album, and it's 5 songs on the album, and I actually wrote all of the songs. I should have actually, I tell everyone, I should have named the album My Musical Diary, because it literally is it's stories. It's stories of things that I actually went through in my life and I experienced. Right. And some of them are songs that I wrote a couple of years ago. Some of them are songs that I wrote, probably 5 years ago, and then I came back and tweaked them up, and and I made them a little more modern, and so I mean, it's just kind of things that I've had over a period of my life, and I wrote about them, and I've gotten really good responses from it on iTunes. It's still a 5-star album, and people really like it, and I think they kind of relate to it because they can just, it's just kind of like Taylor Swift. She writes about relatable subjects. So.
Right. Right. And that's the big thing, was when your fans can relate to you and just connect to you in that way, they stay with you, they become very loyal, and it's great to see. I've seen it so many, with so many artists, and I really appreciate when an artist can actually connect with a fan, and they do it in so many different ways too. Like the Swan Brothers, they give out guitars on stage, and I know other artists have done that as well. But, when you really connect with your fans, it's huge, which is why I want to talk to you about your fan page on Twitter. How was that for you, discovering that you had a fan page on Twitter?
It was pretty exciting. It's fun. how it happened was, I guess someone just had posted on it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And like initially you think like, is this someone, what do they call it, catfish?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking someone made like a false thing, and then it said fan page on it, and I kind of got excited because it's a step to where it's just another piece of promotion, and it's just really, it's flattering because that means that someone just really likes my stuff and is just pushing the fact that they're a fan, and it's cool. Like, I'm stoked. I really hope to find that it grows and that people make some more. Taylor Swift has billions, I'm sure. So only one day, only one day I hope to get on her level.
Right. Oh gosh. Well, I when I read on your Facebook that somebody had done a fan page on your Twitter, and it was exciting for you, I thought, I bet that really would be kind of fun to have, and not everybody gets a fan page, so that's pretty great.
Yeah, it's definitely a compliment.
Absolutely. Now, you wrote your first song when you were 9 years old. I think I read correctly. And
I did.
Called "Hold It in Your Hands," right?
Yes, ma'am. And that's actually not on the album.
That's what?
It's actually not on the album.
Not on the album. No. What was the response from your family at that time? Being 9 years old, writing a song. Were they just like, "Oh, okay, she's cute," or were they really, really involved and really supportive of you?
No, they were so supportive. It's really funny because my grandparents, they are major musicians, and they actually were huge names in Canada when they started out, and they were just like famous in Canada. My grandma started as a sister act, and my grandfather started as a duo, and they met each other actually doing a show where I think my grandma was opening for them, and they fell in love, and they started working together, and they traveled the world with their music, and they did amazing. And especially my grandparents, they were absolutely stoked about it, to know that I was taking interest in something that is so important to them, something that they really did want to pass on to us. And they actually pretty surprised because I really did not put enough time into learning an instrument. I dabble with guitar to help me write my songs, but at that age, I just did not have any sort of interest in learning instruments. I just wanted to sing. And the melodic sense that I had that young was actually very surprising to them. So it was definitely cool to get the compliments from my grandparents, and in such a positive manner that they were just so happy that I made sense writing a song. They were actually shocked that it made sense, because there's a procedure and there's a formula when you write music, and they couldn't believe that I actually understood it, because it was never something that they had taught me. So it was cool. Wow. It was cool. I kind of knew that I was going to be doing something, with it eventually, and it was actually a pretty cool song. I could see myself doing it. I was very young when I wrote it, so if I did put it on an album in the future, I would definitely want to tweak it.
I'm sure. Well, that's anybody who writes anything, they always are going to go back and retweak it. That's just what writers do. I do it with all of my articles too, but I can definitely appreciate that you wrote it at such a young age. I absolutely get it. That's awesome. Now you have something really, really cool that I found out that I'm really interested to hear more about. And that's your album. You're going to start donating on the 24th. You're launching your charitable fundraising campaign.
I am.
And so tell us about that. I'm very interested in this.
Oh, cool. Well, that makes me really happy, because this is one of something that I'm extremely passionate about. I'm a big believer in giving back, and there's so many fundraisers that I'm extremely passionate about. But, especially when you're first getting established as an artist, you have to kind of be picky about what you can donate and how much you can donate. And the number one thing that is important to me is America and our soldiers and first responders and, veterans. I'm a really big believer that I would not be able to be doing what I'm doing right now if we didn't have our soldiers. So they're number one. And it's basically what I'm doing is $2 of my album, whether it's on iTunes or whether it's a hard copy, as long as it's a full album, it's going to go $2 is going to go to the CVMA, which is the Combat Veterans Association and the Combat Veterans Association. It's a really cool fundraiser. Basically what it is, and just a side note, I was really picky about who I was going to start just because some fundraisers, the money, not enough money gets to the people that need to go to.
Exactly.
And I did my research, and my manager did. She's awesome. I told her what I wanted. Let's be honest. But I told her what I wanted, and she found a really good company with me, and I looked over it with her, and I loved it. And basically what it is, it's a nationwide company or fundraiser, and there's multiple chapters throughout every single state. And what they do is it's veterans who actually collect money, and they hand off that money to other veterans that are in need of it. So they basically they've taken sponsorships, and they keep a big pot of money, and then when something happens, they hand it off to the veteran that's going to need it. And it's so cool. They ride around on motorcycles, and, like I said, it's nationwide. There's different chapters in every state. There's actually, I think, 20, in Florida, and a good handful of them are actually taking a trip to come to my big show that's coming up here for Oktoberfest, to just come out and support. Very excited. It launches the 24th is when I start doing the sales and giving the money back to them. So I'm really excited about that, and I think it's going to be really cool. I think it's just a really great foundation, and I think it's something kind of different. And like I said, I did my research, and I know the money is going to the right people, and that matters to me.
Yeah, that's absolutely important. You're right. There are so many fraudulent, companies out there that claim that they're giving money to other people, and they're not. And it's really disheartening when you find that out. So people become very skeptical of those things. So I'm glad you guys did your research, and definitely supporting the veterans and wounded warriors. There's a lot of projects out there, and there's a lot of legitimate ones, but I love the supporting of them, because you're right, without them, where would we be? So that's
absolutely,
it's definitely important.
And then one day when I get bigger, I will have an animal farm, and then it'll be about the puppies.
Right, a little sanctuary, a little rescue. I love that.
So right now it's about the veterans, but one day we'll add some puppies in there too.
Right, absolutely. Every little girl's dream. I remember having that dream. So that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Now, you also wrote a song called "Mama Raised a Lady." Right?
Hell yeah, that's a sassy one right there.
It is so sassy. I was telling my partner that I could so see this is like one of those songs Miranda Lambert sings too.
And I seriously love you for saying that. You don't even know, because when I wrote it, it was kind of writing it in a way like it's a true story about me, but I was like, I want to write this that I know an artist that would be like Casey Musgraves or Miranda Lambert, they'd appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think so. When I was listening to it, I told him right away, I was like, oh my gosh, this is one of those songs I could so see Miranda singing. This is an amazing song. I love it. And so, well, no, I think you're the one that rocks. I'm just a listener. It's all good. But no, I'm really excited about, your album, and, the 24th, that's this coming Saturday, and you're performing at Oktoberfest. Where is that exactly that you're performing, so our fans, who are close can go?
Sure thing. It is at the Bureau. It's the Vero Beach Oktoberfest, and it's at the Indian River Fairgrounds.
Okay.
And it's going to be really cool. I actually hit the stage at 4:30. Soundcheck starts at 4, and I'll be starting my concert at 4:30. And it's going to be really, really fun. And I will be singing the originals off my album, and Mama Raised a Lady is one of them. So.
Perfect. Now, if I was closer, if I was in Florida, I would go. I'm in California, so sad me. I don't get to go. I know. But soon I will be traveling and get to go to everybody's shows that I want to go to. So it's really,
it won't be long. Hopefully that I'll be there. I'm looking to do Stagecoach out there one day.
Are you? Yeah, they just announced our Stagecoach lineup. I know, it's crazy.
That's awesome.
They do it every year. And okay, out of all the years I've been in California, have I ever gone to Stagecoach? No.
You gotta go.
I know.
Go.
I definitely plan on it. I've been going to CMA Fest every year, so I was going to talk to you about CMA Fest actually next. So, have you been to CMA Fest yet?
Actually, I have not, and I am dying to. It's something that I obviously need to do, especially being deeper in the industry now. Whether I play there or not, the up and coming CMA, I will be going to it. This up and coming one, but I'm looking to play in it. It's something that actually a lot. They're really open to new up and coming artists playing on the side stages, and so I know that's going to be something that we're going to be auditioning for this year. And regardless if I get on the lineup or not, I am so going.
Definitely. Well, we'll definitely have to meet up while we're there as well, because like I said, I go to CMA Fest every year. I encourage you to do whatever it takes to get there, because it is so great, and you're going to meet so many people. And I think for the up and coming artist, for just a fan, for whoever, you're going to get a lot of information. It's a great experience, and I think that would be really fun to see you perform at. So I'm just throwing that out there. I think everybody would love you.
I hope so.
Well, all the videos that you have on YouTube, you're always rocking it out, and you're having a good time when you're up on stage. Your energy is great. Like I said, I think all of your fans would absolutely love to see you at an event like that. I know I would. Definitely. And your song, Mama Raised Your Lady, you just had me at that song. I love that song. I loved it. So,
and if I get there, I will shout you out.
Absolutely.
Mama Raised a Lady.
I'll be there with my video camera, and I'll be taking pictures. I'll be like, that's my girl.
That sounds perfect.
No,
you got it all planned out.
I do. I got it planned out. I'll be there. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. And if there's anything else you want to say, anything that I didn't touch on that you want to shout out to the fans real quick, now's your go for it. Anything I didn't cover?
Sure thing. It's just, thank you for everyone who's taken a listen tonight, and I'm just really grateful to be here, and look up CVMA, get interested. Right now would be the best time if you're interested to get an album, because like I said, it's not only going to be helping the growing artists, but more importantly, it's going to be helping the people who enable us to do everything we're allowed to do in America. So, it's not just me, it's them. And I'm just really excited for everything that's up and coming. And thank you so much for listening, y'all.
Awesome. Well, you have an awesome rest of your night. I will get this posted for you ASAP. I'm going to write an article that goes with it, and all of your social media links will be included so everybody can follow you. And
thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. We can't wait to hear what you have coming next, and just, keep in touch. And anytime you want to do a shout out to the fans, let us know, and we will definitely do this again. So.
Oh, you rock. I really appreciate you guys reaching out to me for this.
No problem.
Thank you so much, and I look forward to keeping in touch with you guys.
And good luck on Saturday, for sure. Big day.
I know. I'm excited.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you again. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.